Hey, how's it going? I guess I don't need to wear the mask since I'm inside. Well, we were gonna go run an errand, and I thought I'd film it because it's something that you wouldn't normally do in the U.S. Well, I suppose people do it, but I wanted to show you. So I've got these shoes, and I bought them in the United States. I actually got a really good deal on them. They're from like a Big Five sporting goods store, and I want to say they were like maybe 20 bucks or something, but they're like a waterproof non-slip kind of Velcro on the back, sealed. But what's happened is my Velcro is supposed to be on this side sewed down, and so this goes through and then attaches there, but it's come up, and so I need to go have these repaired. The other side essentially just did it the same thing, is kind of peeling up here. So I'm gonna go somewhere. I know where there's a guy who does sewing. I don't know if he's got a machine that'll go through this stuff, but it's not like thick like leather. It's thick material, but it's not hard like leather would be hard to sew through. You have to have a specific needle or machine. So he could even probably hand do this, and you know, pay him a couple, maybe cost me 100 pesos, 200 pesos at the most, I bet. Which would be like $1 to $4 or something like that, somewhere in there. But I might as well get them repaired because I don't want to buy a brand new pair of shoes. These things, I mean, one, I don't need to. It just is a basic repair. Even if I didn't have the backs on them, they'd still work. But it's nice having those backs on there if you're walking in water or over rocks or slippery surfaces and stuff. And these are great little shoes for the Philippines. And buying new, no, we're just gonna repair these things because they should be able to last me another year at least. The tread's not too bad. The backs are getting a little worn here in places, but geez, I mean, the sole's like that thick, so it's still pretty good. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So taking you with me was a complete fail because I had to get a new card for the lock on the door because when I went to leave, I have to rub my card on the door and it'll disengage the lock so I can actually close the door behind me. And it wasn't working at all, which was good that happened while I still had access to the room because it could have made it tough getting back in the room. But they gave me a brand new key card. Come on, let's go, buddy. Don't fall in the hole. Anyways, we're out for Wanagi's nightly walkabout through the neighborhood. We're just getting her exercise and letting her go potty. And it's about 5 o'clock right now, so everyone's doing shift changes here. They're grabbing bites to eat and headed home or headed back to work. It's about, like I said, about 5 o'clock. This happens every day, 7 days a week. Sunday's usually a little lighter, but definitely Saturday through Sunday. We just basically got back, taking Wanagi for a walk. She just ate some food. And then I got the sandals repaired, and it was that Velcro piece that it got pulled up and off just from opening and closing the Velcro enclosures. And so just had them go into one of the, they're not wet markets, but they're basically like the Dollar Tree of Philippines. They're just these little markets you go in and it's got everything you've ever seen from one of those 99-cent stores. And a lot of the stuff costs more than the 99-cent stores, but it's not worth more. But you can work some deals on some of the things. That's where we get most of her dog toys, like these kind of things. I paid, I think the first time I bought one of these, it cost me 250 pesos, roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, almost $4.50, $5. The second time I bought it, it cost me $2. Same place, because they're familiar with me now, so now they're giving me a better deal because I'm a return customer and they want me to keep coming back. And so I usually get her a new toy once a week. But anyway, so our shoes got repaired. So we just been kind of laying low. Again, like I said, we just got back from getting those shoes repaired, and we went for a walk.
It's almost, 4:30 right now. We usually are in the room for the evening. We might go out once more, twice more at the most, but it's probably gonna rain out. So we'll get maybe one more short walk in, let her go potty before we go to bed. But we really haven't done a lot. We've been hanging out in the room for the past week because I got really sick. But I've been, like I said, under the weather. I've had something, I think I got a flu or something. It wasn't COVID, it was the flu. I talked to my dad, and I guess my dad and my sister in the US, they got the same thing that I had. So same sort of symptoms. I first had a headache, really congested in my sinuses, in my nose, and then it was starting to drip down the back of my throat, so it gave me a sore throat and started to get to a cough. But I did basically neti pot into my nose to clear out my sinuses, and I was doing that twice a day. And then I also got, like I said, I was taking vitamins. I always take vitamin D, and then I take zinc also right now, especially with COVID and all that. It's just to boost my immunity. But I was under so much stress with the renting this place and rebooking this place that we're at. They were trying to charge me all these extra fees. It was just kind of a nightmare. But no fever, nothing like that. And so I went and I got vitamin D and I got zinc, and I started taking these two, which were 1,000 milligram vitamin C's, and then made ginger tea in my little hot pot up here. Just sliced up some ginger and threw it in the pot and boiled it twice. And then I've been drinking a ton of tea. I've been drinking a ton of water, eating a lot of like nutritious food. I made a big pot of soup earlier this week with just vegetables and some chicken, so it was really good. And then sleeping all the time, all day long, basically, except for when we go out and give Wanagi walks, because I just didn't want this flu to kick my ass. The problem is from being a firefighter my whole life, is anything I get up here ends up down here in my lungs, and then I get really bad respiratory problems because of all the smoke inhalation I've done because of my job. So I really got to be careful and take care of myself and try and nip it in the butt, so to speak, to keep it from getting down into my lungs. And I think hopefully I've done that. But yeah, that's all we got going on. So we haven't been filming a lot, and that's the reason why, is because I've been sick for a few days. So I'm going to try and pick up the pace again and get some more video going. And film some other things. I think we're actually going to have a pair of shoes made. I'm thinking about, I mean, these ones were repaired and this is great, but I'm actually thinking about, there's a shoe maker that they don't cost that much to have a pair of shoes made, and it would be cool, like, to see the process of this guy making these shoes by hand. And thought I'd share that with you, because that's, you know, you can get shoes made in Italy and things like that that cost you a couple $100 or $1,000. Even in America, there's some shoemakers and stuff. The fire boots I used to get when I first started fighting fire, most of them were custom made. I mean, it was a company and they made all the same, they had a couple different styles, but they made them to order and measured your foot and made them to order. Leather boots. And so it'd be interesting, you know. It's not a normal thing that you have done, and it'd be kind of cool to have a pair of custom shoes made. Maybe we'll get Wanagi a pair of custom shoes, huh? What do you think, honey? We'll probably go out once or maybe one or two more times. It's gonna start raining here tonight, so we're not gonna go out and get soaked and wet, but at least you can go out and go pee or whatever. But that's all we got going on. We're just laying low, like I said, is letting my body recover, because my dad said too that it kind of went in waves, that he started feeling better and then he crashed down again with it, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just forcing myself, as much as I'm bored and I want to go outside and be people watching and take big walks and maybe go do something. I think it's best if we're just hunkered in the room for a couple more days, maybe at least till the weekend, and make sure I get 2 or 3 days of solid feeling better before we venture out to go anywhere. And we don't want to get anybody sick, even though we're wearing a mask and all that. The less interactions we have with other people, the better, probably. So, yeah, that's it. And yeah, so yeah. Anyways, that's it. And Wanagi's going for bed. Are you? Oh, your ball. Is that your ball? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Here you go. Hey, let me see the ball. Hey, give me that ball. down under. Here it is. Look, there it is, right there. It's under the bed now, but she can't see it rolling up underneath there. Come here, look, it's right there. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's her favorite place, up under that bed right there. It's like her little cave. There's little parts of her stuffed animal's ears and stuff back under there. Is that your ball, buddy? Yeah? Hey, your ball? Yeah. Good girl, honey. Good girl. Good girl, honey. This time of day, we're just hanging out afternoon. It's about just after 5 o'clock. And it's just people getting off shift and stuff here. But you can see just the chaos of the street. Little jeepneys, people are traveling home. It's just crazy madness. People out eating good food, yeah. Yeah, people just enjoying off work and getting some food for dinner and things like that. But we just come and hang out and watch. I'm just gonna show you, because I wasn't feeling well this week. Actually started off on last week on Sunday. I just was feeling under the weather, and I was really nervous because I was like, oh my God, do I have COVID or something? But ends up I just had the flu. It only lasted for like 2 days or something like that, and I already feel a lot better, but I still feel a little residual of it. To go on, just I thought I was overflowing my vegetables here, but I'll just show you. I got some vegetables. It's like bagged vegetables. It's cabbage, green beans, carrots, and then some sort of like, it almost looks like cucumber, but it's not a cucumber. It's more of a type of root potato kind of, I don't know what it is. Anyways, and in here I basically got garlic, ginger, onions, and then chopped up these green peppers that give it a little kick. I just haven't been feeling that well. Last week I got really sick for about 2 or 3 days. I just was thrashed. I also made myself some soup. So I got a whole chicken, basically like you get in the grocery stores, and I got it all chopped up, bone and everything. And then I'm gonna drop, it's already cooked, but I'm gonna put it in here once this kind of sautés, which is the ginger, the garlic, some red onion, and then this kind of green style pepper that gives it a little upkick. And then what I do is I go across to the wet market, not like China wet market, but they have meat there too. But I just got a big vegetable pack. It's got cabbage and some of these and some carrots and some green beans and some stuff. And then I'm gonna put that all together in the pot with ginger water. And I'm gonna cook that up, and then I'll eat that over the next 2 or 3 days. And the first time I did this when I wasn't feeling well, man, I got better pretty quick when I was getting all that nutrient in me. So that's what I figured I'd repeat, and it makes me a couple meals. I think total I spent maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 times. Oh my God. 2 times 3, 6, 7, 8. I might have spent $8, and I'll probably end up with, I got a whole chicken, a whole bag of vegetables, a bunch of extra red onions in here that I keep and usually chop up for eggs or stuff. I got some potatoes too. And then I always add a little bit of vinegar in there too. Apple cider, raw apple cider vinegar. And then some sriracha probably too in there. What are you waiting for? Huh? She's waiting for this. It's a whole bag of chopped up, a whole chicken in there. And she's just on point for us because she's really liking that chicken in there. She'll get a few little pieces for sure. But anyways, like I said, we're just kind of cooking all this stuff down. This is almost finished. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good in there. Ginger, garlic, red onion, all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna add the vegetables and the broth, which is gonna be basically just ginger water and the chicken. So I always like to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It's got the mother in there even. It's just really good. It helps give it a little tang. And then what else? So I think I'll put the vegetables in. Drop those veggies in there. Woo, smells good. Yep,
And then here I've got twice brewed ginger water. So this stuff is like almost got a red tint to it, but this will bring that ginger into that soup and really make me, I always like hot ginger tea and stuff when I'm not feeling well. So I'm gonna just start adding some of this chicken into the soup. See, look, we got all those vegetables in there and some broth, so we got a little bit of room left for a bunch of chicken, and then we'll just let it simmer here for maybe an hour or so. Ooh, the apple cider vinegar coming off of that is strong. Woo-hoo! I'm gonna just start throwing some chunks of chicken in there. Hopefully I can get some of the bones out first though. And this is where Unagi gets little pieces here and there. Ooh, that chicken, awesome. Freaking bite to it. Just cartilage. Make sure I don't give her any bones, because that wouldn't be good for Unagi. I'll just throw chunks of chicken in there. I'm the only one eating it, so my fingers are okay. A few pieces like that. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Yeah, and then I just let it cook. Like I said, I'll let this cook for like an hour, and just on that setting on the thing here. Once it's getting probably pretty spicy, honey. She don't care. She's like, it's chicken. That's all that matters. Bones would probably be good cooking in there, but I just don't want to deal with picking out the bones later, so that's how we're rolling.